You digging too, Roy? Don't hide your toy and eggs. I'm going to bag all that up. Good boy. Good news, folks. We have finished the walls. This is inside the ensuite, all the way up and all the way and down the hallway, all the way up to the wall plate there, and to the sitting room. There's still a little bit of finishing to do around the top. The wedges need taking out and there's just a little bit of filling and finishing off, but essentially we are done, which is absolutely fantastic news. So there's only one way to finish off a day like today. Have a quick drink. Thank you very much. Well done us. Should we have a few, just have a few stills on it?
Roy's not even in it.
Come on here, Roy.
You're meant to be the main.
Here we go. Family shot. What do you think, Roy? What do you think? It's good, isn't it? Can you see it all?
Oh.
It's great, isn't it? I'm very happy. You must be proud of yourself.
Okay, so you did a lot. You did most of it.
Just see, honestly, I couldn't have done it without it. Absolutely brilliant. And Roy, of course. Brilliant. So you might have noticed recently my poor old jacket was getting a bit worse for wear. It's a shame, so I enjoyed this jacket. It's been a good one for doing the house, but I think the time has come now to say goodbye. I don't think in the best will in the world a needle and thread is going to sort that out. So out with the old and in with the new. There we go. No slogan on the back this time, unfortunately. Not as much fun, and it's a different colour, but very smart. All I need now is a shave and a haircut.
Now what Noel is doing here is, I know exactly what he's done there. He's using that silly tripod that doesn't hold your phone properly. He cracked a phone using that. It was Noel's phone last summer, and yeah, it wasn't good. But I think there's a knack to it, and it doesn't work every time. But maybe he's just thinking if it lands on the mud, it'll be a bit safer. Anyway, he's tidying up because that sand you can see there has been delivered. And so it's for cement, making cement. Now if he leaves it in that pile, when they come to dig the drains with their machinery, it'll just end up getting mixed into the earth and it'll be lost. So he's got to rescue that and save it in those big blue sacks. So that's what he's doing now.
just a quick rundown of what's been happening this week. It might seem like not a lot, so we're just leaving a few days for the top of the wall to dry out so we can get those bolts in. A few people are asking whether it was a mistake to bolt the top of the wall to a wall plate, but it's mainly consolidating the top of the wall. It's not actually, there's not that many screws really going into the timbers, so I think it's not going to be super solid. If the roof timbers move a little bit, I don't think it's going to crack anything. It's more fixing the wall plate down to the top of the wall rather than fixing the wall to the roof. Outside, I'm going to have to deal with the top of the porch quite quickly now. As the winter sets in, we don't want to leave that wood exposed. I think I'll buy some black wood preserve and we'll get that painted up, but also I'm just looking into getting some cladding on there. There's a few bits. Garage obviously needs sorting out, but the weather's been so bad recently we wouldn't want to have started that. It would have been a disaster. The drains, hopefully the week after next, they'll be come to cut in, so the French drain will be going in there. The walkway will be taken out because the French drain will be coming out maybe a metre from the house. It needs to be a metre deep, and that will also have a land drain inside it. The drainage obviously will come round here. There's plenty of drains for the kitchen, for the plant room. Obviously that one is for the radon sump underneath the subfloor. The white you see there is the radon barrier, and obviously the drains all the way around for the main bathroom and the little ensuite and Sid's room. All the gutters and downpipes need to be put in. That one's very wet on the wall there now, that needs sorting out, even if it's just a temporary fix. So all the rainwater and the land drain will be off down this existing gully there, and the septic tank, which will also need electric supply, should be going in this area here somewhere, because obviously the polishing filter is just down there. You can't see it now because the reeds are so high. So, and then obviously once the fascia is on, we need to get this drain pipe into the gutter. They'll need to run in together for there. There's a few little indoor jobs as well to catch up on. Something that was neglected was these window sills. Are still only got a cement top. They need a concrete top, obviously, to clear all the tools off, and they need a 3-inch concrete top put in on there with a damp proof membrane. Those 3 front windows need doing that. This needs dealing with in the hallway, not the backing yet, but because the eco mesh comes along at this level, we need to build this part of the wall up. That can be just block work, that's quite a quick job, and we'll find a nice wooden top for that above the eco mesh. Obviously millions of more studs to go in on the eco mesh. We need to at least double the amount of these black studs that go in order to hold it all nicely back to the wall. But it's all looking very good. You see, there's no condensation forming on that or anything. And another windowsill there that obviously needs sorting out. And when it comes to the concrete floor, I've noticed there are a few areas that are not up to scratch really. This is probably the worst one. There's an area there where the concrete didn't level out, so I bought some filler There's a few bits need breaking off. That needs filling and allowing a few days to set before anyone even thinks about grinding the floor. The bathroom, those little bits of insulation need knocking out, but that's not urgent. Still looking nice, the floor though. And into the plant room, I'm just thinking, in order to tidy this plant room up a little bit, I'm thinking of building a wooden upstand so we can hide some of this grotty concrete. So put a 2x2 round there and put a little wooden upstand on there. This is not urgent stuff, but maybe build it out and put a 600mm plywood base all the way around where we can stand the water tank, the other gubbins for the heat pump and everything that needs to go on there. Just finish it off a little bit and give us a nice bit of floor area, and it'll just raise everything off the ground and seal it, stop all the muck and dust and everything going under there. It's a job I'd like to do, but it's not an urgent job, and obviously there's lots of bits of finishing and filling and sorting out. Hopefully the electrician's going to come next week and we're going to have a chat, hopefully get this consumer unit moved off the wall in there and put it somewhere in the plant room. That'll be a nice job to get done. And also we'll mark up then for all the plugs and sockets, work out where the lights go. I'm going to do all the chasing in, all the wall chasing for the plug sockets. Hopefully I could even put the boxes on the wall. Another job that needs doing. So things are moving ahead. Seems a bit slow this week, but there's been a few things going on, so we haven't stopped. We're still here. We're still moving forward. It's all good. That's a lot better. Bit of a dribbly job on a drizzly day. We're just getting that layer of preserve on there and darkening the wood. Makes it look a lot better.
How are you doing? Have you had a good week? I've got a few things to report to you. 3 things, in fact. So let me think. The first thing is that we applied for an extension on the grant, the Vacant Properties Grant in Ireland. You get 13 months initially, and that for us would be up on the 1st of October. Well, there's no way. No way. We certainly got the receipts that would, for the amount of money that we'd be claiming for. We've already crossed that threshold, but we haven't got it to the stage of being habitable yet, basically because we haven't got running water in there or a toilet, as you know. And it'll probably be, like, as I said last week, one of the last things that goes in. So we do need extra time. We've got all the drains to be dug yet. And, there's quite a long way to go, the kitchen to be fitted and so on. So we wrote to them on Monday, and fair play to them. They got back to us within about an hour. It was really good. Before lunchtime, we knew they'd said that's not a problem at all, and we're glad to hear that it's progressing well. Would you like a 3 months or 6 month extension? And so Noel wrote back and said, we'll take the 6 month, please, just because winter, isn't it? 3 months from October, November, December, January. So all over Christmas, all over winter. Don't know what the weather's going to be like. Don't know what people's availability will be like. So now we've got 6 months, and the pressure is off. We're going to keep pushing ahead as quickly as we can and try not to let the pace fall too much. But that's good. It does mean there's a delay in you getting your money, but just the sleepless nights, the tearing your hair out with, not being in control because some things are just out of your control, such as the weather and people being available when they say they will be, because things happen, don't they? Things happen. The other thing to report back is that Sid did his theory driving test. So he's been rehearsing all this week for that. And revising, he's not doing a performance or anything. Revising is what I mean. Noel's been testing him. And the way it works is there are 40 questions, and you need to get, I think, 36 to pass. That's quite high, really. And the pass rate is only about 54%. It was this Friday. Sorry, what are we on now? Am I on now? No, it's Thursday. It's Saturday now while I'm recording this. It was Thursday, and it was Thursday afternoon. So at lunchtime, they were just about to go in. They WhatsApped me. I said, "Oh, good luck, Sid," and I carried on watching this. I was having my lunch and I was just watching this programme. And then before the programme ended, they rang me back. Sid was on the phone, and he said, I got 34. And I said, "Oh dear, Sid, I'm sorry." Because it's €45 each time that you have to reapply. But I said, "Have you reapplied straight away? Because you don't go away and think about it and don't get down, just reapply." Then they started laughing. Why are they laughing? They were pulling my leg, weren't they? He said, I have passed. But not only that, 40 out of 40 passed 100%. Well done, Sid. So that's something good to report back. He just needs to now get on with his driving lessons. The third thing to tell you about is Noel's having some visitors. I'm laughing because he's a little bit nervous about it. He'll be really pleased to see these people. It's 2 guys that he worked with. I think I've mentioned before that Noel worked in the film industry, and he worked on special effects on some films. He did prop making and set building and stuff like that, but he also did special effects. And these other 2 guys were on the team with him. I was asking him, what films did you work on? What did you work on? Because people might be interested. So they worked together on Enola Holmes films. Millie Bobby Brown was the actress, and it was about, she was meant to be Sherlock Holmes' sister. They worked on that together, and then they also worked on The Dark Crystal, which is a Netflix film, I think it is, film. It's sort of got a cult following. It's strange. But yeah, great fun. And then they've more recently worked on something called Slow Horses, which I think is Disney. It's a series. And I think they're excited to come and see what he's up to. They've heard about this renovation project he's doing. I don't think they know about the channel, so they haven't seen. I said to Noel, do they know that you've got no toilet? Do they know there's no running water? But they have got their own accommodation in that one of them's got a camper van, the other's got a big tent, and you know, they can do their own cooking, and if it gets really bad and they can't hack it, they can book into a hotel in the nearest town, which isn't too far away. But they did say that, you know, give us some dirty jobs, some heavy dirty jobs, make sure there's something for us to do, which is good, because there'll be 4 of them then. They could even get the garage built by this time next week, maybe, who knows. Anyway, as I said, Noel's a bit nervous having to be the host in quite challenging conditions. But I think they'll just all muck in, and I think that he'll really enjoy it once they get here. And hopefully, they'll have fun, but they'll have something to show for it as well. There'll be something to report on this time next week. So I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, you have a good week too, and speak again very soon.
So let's get some blocks in here now. I'm just going to put a damp-proof membrane down and block it up to just lower than the eco mesh, and then that'll be that area filled in, and we can finish putting the eco mesh along to the door there.
Now you might be wondering, why is Noel blocking up that alcove there? He's not blocking all of it, he's just bringing it to a level with where the eco mesh already has been placed on the rest of the wall, because along that corridor there will be some wood panelling that he will have for the lower part of the wall, and that is because it does have to be damp proofed. So we've said before that we're just finding a compromise, really a balance between necessity for keeping it insulated and warm and dry and damp free, and also the aesthetic. So we'll still have all that lovely exposed stone above, but only up to kind of the level of the sort of waist height, really, I suppose, just a bit higher than he is there. He's going to be placing a wooden sill there to keep with the rustic aesthetic. And then at the back of that alcove, where you can see the blocks, that will be faced off in stone, so it will look really nice. We may decide to put some lighting in there. In fact, I thought it might be quite a nice spot for Sainte Thérèse de Lisieux. She could perhaps sit there and keep an eye on us and look after the house.